Oh, hello, people of Twitch land. Welcome. How's it going? So nice to have everyone here. It looks like my camera might be frozen, which is really exciting. Either that or it's just like super laggy. So that's cool. Wonder if I can fix that. One moment. That's cool. That's exciting. Love it. Love fixing stuff on the fly. It's my favorite. Let's see if that'll work now, hopefully. Yay, there I am. There we are. It's happening. Essence, thank you for the follow. Anyone else who's out there, hello, I'm Abbers. I play video games on Twitch sometimes. Nice to meet you. Sometimes we do a podcast here called Why We Go Live, where I interview other streamers about streaming. Kai Wildcat, hi, it's good to see you. Today, we have an amazing guest. I'm very excited to introduce her. Her name is QueenDreamBadGal01, and I'm going to show you a little clip real quick. So here we go. All right, I got a breath. He ready for me. Look at his fucking ass. He is ready to take me the fuck out of here. He's ready. He like, oh yeah, son of a bitch. All right. Oh God. All right. I'm not behind. Ah! Ah! All right, I got a breath. Well, that's it. We got it. I feel bad because it's being all skipping and weird. We're going to try it one more time, and then we'll just call it if it doesn't work. Oh. Okay. All right, I got a breath. He ready for me. Look at his fucking ass. He is ready to take me the... I just wanted to hear you say that one more time. We're good. We'll go from there. Welcome, everybody. Queen Dream Bad Gal. Hi, how are you?
Yay! Hi, Abby.
Hi. I'm sorry
So
my
happy
internet's
for
being the worst.
here.
Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you said yes to being here. I love that you chose
Yay.
a Cuphead clip because that's how I first met you, was our shared love.
Yes, we bonded
Right?
over Cuphead.
Our love and hate of Cuphead. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Well, should we just jump into this? You want to get started?
Let's do it. Let's jump
Okay.
right in.
So when did you first stream? When was your very first stream?
My very first stream was approximately 2 years ago, like in October, like during the pandemic. We were all pretty much locked down and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Loved ones of mine was like, you play video games all the time, why don't you stream? And at first, I was like, maybe sometime I will. And then like the pandemic kind of just like pushed me in there, and I was like, let's do it.
That's funny. You and I started like right around the same time, I think, actually, because mine was October 2020. So, and it's a common story. I think, yeah, lockdown, quarantine is just like what am I going to do with my time and how am I going to connect with people? So I think you're certainly not the only one. Do you remember what your first stream
Awesome.
was?
My first stream was The Evil Within 2.
Okay.
I think that was the first game I streamed.
And how did you decide like, okay, this is what I'm going to stream?
Just because I was playing the game at the time, and it was around Halloween. So I was like, "Oh, let me play something spooky, let me play something scary."
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much was the driving force for that game.
Love it. Yeah, yeah. What is the story behind your screen name?
Okay, so my DJ name, I am a DJ. My DJ name and my username was always Queen Dream on PSN. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep it the same. Dream is
Perfect.
my actual middle name. So like I was like, yeah, you know
Ah,
what? Let's just keep it consistent.
perfect. That's great. Yeah. Do you DJ ever on your stream?
Everyone's asking me to do that. I have never done that yet, but it's in the works. It's coming,
Could
coming
make it a
soon.
goal, make it a dono goal or something.
Yes,
Could be
yes.
fun. I love that. And so you're affiliate. When did you get affiliate? What was that like?
Affiliate, actually, when I first started streaming, I had a lot of friends kind of mentor me through like streaming and stuff, and I reached affiliate. So I started in October of 2020, I think 2020, and then or 21, and pretty much January I hit affiliate. So like approximately like maybe like 3 months or so I hit affiliate, and I was like, oh wow, it happened. Like I set a goal and bam, it
Congratulations.
happened.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Yeah,
Were there
yeah.
certain like, I don't know, strategies or things that you did to try to like work towards getting affiliate?
Absolutely. So the main thing I did was just find people that were playing games like the same games I was into, and pretty much making friends and connecting and networking a lot. And before you know it, I was affiliate. I was, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. What
Mhm.
were your streams kind of like back then and how have they changed now?
Oh my goodness, struggle.
Really?
So I was very much basic in the beginning. I was streaming directly from my console. I didn't have a PC. I started streaming from the PS4. Then that next year, once the PS5 released, I started streaming from the PS5. So when I first started streaming, no camera, it was just pretty much just me on the game and talking, via PSN. um then I finally got my PS5. I was able to get a camera for that. So it's still, streaming from the console, grinding. My better half got me a PC for Valentine's Day last year, and then
Nice.
I was able to elevate my stream then. So I was able to, get acquainted with OBS and things like that. And here we are, and still growing, still growing. So
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the biggest like challenges of streaming straight from a console?
Oh my goodness. So, connection problems and things like, little quirky stuff like that. The bells and whistles, so you don't have like the cool notifications, you don't have like transitions and things like that. It's pretty much it's just basic, like
Yeah. Yeah.
no fun stuff, like no sound alerts, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's awesome that you have a PC and that's given you some kind of freedom and some new things.
yes,
What has been the best
absolutely.
like part of that for you?
Oh, I love the sound alerts. I love being able to kind of see where someone like subscribes or a new follower, and kind of like, and the karaoke. Folks love the karaoke redeems. So I'm able to do that, and yeah, it's awesome.
I was gonna say you also have some amazing emotes. What has been your emote kind of inspiration? I love your emotes. I think they're great.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So I am like a diehard Simpsons fan. But I'm actually gonna revamp my emotes. I thought,
Ooh.
I was like, I'm not gonna, some of them are like, people will kill me if I like took them out. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna, subject myself to like that. So I was like, I'm gonna keep the favorites, but I'm gonna personalize them a little more. I was like, you know what? I feel like I should get more of myself in there. Like, yes, I'm a Simpsons fan, always will be, but like, let me get some more of me in there. So
Totally. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think just like how anyone's stream develops, like after you get affiliate, I do think your emotes kind of develop with you, right?
Yes.
Like I know for me, it was just
Absolutely.
like it's like, oh my God, I have emote slots. Put things there. And now it's like, okay, I can be a little bit more like intentional with it, you
Right.
know?
I love your emotes, by the way.
Thank
They're super
you.
cute.
I was gonna say my beautiful emote artist is in chat right now, actually.
Oh,
Shout out
nice.
T Miller. But yeah, it's nice being able to like capture your personality and what you like and kind of who you are with the emotes, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
There it is. There it
Love,
is.
love, love.
Well, and you're an artist too, right? I've seen some of your artwork. Are you
Yes, I
planning
am an
on?
artist too. I would love to do like a live like art stream, like walk people through the process of how like I create things.
Yeah,
Again, just one of those things that's on the to-do list,
for sure. It's never ending.
but
Yeah.
yes. So, I also have like a little redeem on my channel, show me your art. And pretty much I'll just pick like random artwork that I have and just show it like, oh, this is something I did. And,
Very
folks love
cool.
that too. So, yeah.
Are you interested in designing your own emotes with your revamp, or are you gonna get help with that?
I have a couple that I did design myself, but like I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna pay somebody to do it.
That's
It's like
fair.
it's so time consuming.
Yeah,
Like time is always a struggle. So I think
totally.
I'm gonna pay somebody to do some.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's no shame in that whatsoever. Like I've made a few of mine, but it's nice. It's nice having artist friends to be like, hey, wanna
Absolutely.
make me an emote?
Hey.
Also, pay your
Right.
artists always. We have to.
Yes.
Right? It's so
Yes.
important. Um,
Hmm.
what is the kind of like first impression that you hope people get when they come to your stream?
The first impression, I just would love people to know that be yourself, be who you are. Of course, always be respectful. And I'm all about chill vibes. Like, I'm a very chill person. I like to have fun. There's times depending on the game that I'm really intense and I'm locked in, but it's like the chat has like a life of its own. So even if I am locked in, people are like, oh, whatever. Like, we're doing our thing over here, and I love that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
What kind of people tend to find you and hang out in your streams?
pretty much like-minded people. Like, I guess, whatever game I'm playing, that's how I usually connect with folks, and because I'm all over the place with the types of video games that I play. So a lot of folks that come see me are from like the FGC, like the fighting game community, horror game lovers, first per, first person shooter lovers, and like, battle royale players. They usually come to the stream.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, you play a lot of fighting games, I've noticed. Do you have a favorite
Yes.
fighting game that you play?
I if I have to choose a favorite, it would have to be Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Like those, like
Okay.
the original, the how the founders. I don't know what's the better term to use, but like, yeah, like Street
Yeah.
Fighter all the way. I'm excited for the new one that's coming out, but like, yeah, Street
Yeah.
Fighter definitely.
That's right. You have to honor your elders in the fighting game world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And have you done, I think I've seen this, you've done like competitions and tournaments before?
Yes, I have actually like hosted like little small tournaments. I definitely want to do that a lot more as well because it's so cool. And I've participated in friends tournaments that they have thrown. Um Shout outs to Gotta Go Gaming. They're like friends of mine who they hosted like a online during the pandemic online MK, what is it? 11? Yeah, it's 11. MK11 tournament, and I won the first one. And then of course my best friend, couldn't let me live and then beat me on the second one. So, yeah.
Fun. I love that. What
Love
all?
friends that want to just take your crown.
That's
Like
I love to. It's like let me win a little bit and then be like, okay, I gotta beat
right.
you.
Like, you got to come through. You already played played me thousands of times. You know, like my little gimmicks and stuff. Yeah, just come on and take my crown.
I
Come
love
on.
that. Well, I was gonna say my problem with fighting games is I'm just a button masher, and so like that only works for so long. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that. No shame.
Yeah.
No shame
What all goes
at
into
all.
like organizing a tournament or organizing a little competition with your friends?
Definitely recruiting people. I think that's like the major part, like getting people involved. And then there's like easy like applications and like things where you can make like brackets and stuff like that. Or if you just want to have somebody like designate, for that, you can just have a friend or someone like, hey, I want you to be in charge of this and stuff. But, once it gets going, it's very easy. It doesn't have to be like, you know, a professional type like circuit or anything like that, like the e-games and stuff. But like, yeah, just getting people, picking a day and time, and just, having fun. I think that's the most important part. Like, it tends to get really, really competitive once, of course, like money or any like prize pot is involved. But for the most part, like, most of the people that I connect with, they're just into having fun with the tournament.
Yeah.
So, you learn a lot, you laugh a lot, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I think you said something really important there in terms of like just recognizing that like it doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't have to be perfect and you can
Mhm.
still do it, you know? And I think
Yep.
that speaks to streaming just in general and especially to your story with it. It's like you can stream from your console with no camera and it can be, low quality
Yes.
and it's still worth doing, I think.
Mhm. Yes. My beginning streaming career has was very ghetto.
And there's
Like
nothing wrong
my
with that.
right, and my camera was like literally on a wicker basket. Like it was like
I love
like
that.
so basic. So,
That's
and that
amazing.
let that be a testament to you guys out there who want to get into streaming. Like don't let the technology or things that you don't have stop you. Like start and you can progress and make it there.
Mhm.
Like it's a slow grind, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Just keep at it, be as consistent as you can, and also don't be afraid to take breaks either, because we do need that as well. Like,
Absolutely.
sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed with the streaming thing. Schedules sometimes change up, personal life like gets in the way, but like, just stay with it.
Yeah. Do you have a specific streaming schedule that you go by?
No, I don't. I am random as hell.
Love it. Sometimes that
I'm
works
like,
though.
yeah, I would love, in a perfect world, I would love to have a streaming schedule. But being having a full-time job, and I work with children, so like um it's a lot. So
Yeah.
sometimes when I do plan on streaming when I get home, I'm so beat, I'm so exhausted. I'm just like, what? Let me just relax. Excuse me, maybe do a little gaming offline and just
Sure.
just chill. But
Definitely.
I did say my goal was to be more consistent with streaming and do as much streaming that I can, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, and like you said, like taking care of yourself first and foremost is so important.
Mhm.
What is your full-time job? What do you do?
I am an assistant director for an after school program in an
Okay.
elementary school, from first to fifth grade. I adore these kids. They keep me coming to work. It's
Yeah.
never the children, and sometimes it's like coworkers that's just like super annoying, and it's like, oh my God, like guys, like, but I look at the kids and they make it all worth it. Like,
Yeah. That's awesome. Is that something you've been
yeah.
doing like it's kind of your whole career or is that
I've been, it's so funny. I've been working with children for like a very long time. I want to say over, oh, definitely over like 15 years in the same community that I serve. And there was a time where I left the after school unit, and I was just, like, you know what, let me just focus on the recreational, like community service affairs and stuff like that. But then they pulled me right on back. So it's like every time I try to escape, something pulls me back right into the same field, which is, the after school unit. But
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those
yeah.
programs are so important too. Like, I did in my musician days, I taught an after school, like, music program for middle schoolers. And it's
Awesome.
so cool. It's cool to provide a place for kids to be themselves and hang out after school, you know? So I admire that work. I think it's really important work.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved to see you in action teaching the kids
You know,
music.
kids are so funny. I just remember, and this was like 10 years ago, by the way. So I was like in my early 20s. And I remember kids were always like, Miss, are you married? Miss, why don't you have kids? Miss, like all these things. And I was like, please, like, just pick up your saxophone. Stop it. Like,
Right.
I can't right now. Like,
They always want to be in your business. That is
yes.
kids all the
Yes. It's
way.
so funny. When always too, they're like,
Hmm.
how old are you? I'm like, I'm young. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, get out of here.
And that's funny. I tell them I'm old.
Do you?
I'm like 100. I'm 100 years old. They're like,
Just
you're
tell
not
them.
100. Yes, I am.
It's so funny. Yeah, kids are great. They're brutal, but also just like I don't know. I think they're just like this beautiful reminder of like just being yourself and like there's something really nice about like how the
Hmm.
world hasn't kind of like beaten that out of them yet. Do you know what I mean? Where there's like there's
Yes.
just no
Yes.
hesitation or fear to just like be goofy and
Yep.
weird and just be you, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. And they are honest.
Yes.
Children are so honest. It's amazing,
Hmm.
and of course I appreciate that because, they're learning to filterize their thoughts and stuff, but just the authenticity of like
Yeah,
how they feel and what they think about the world is just amazing to see. So,
definitely. Do you see any
mm.
similarities between your day job and streaming?
um honestly, that's a great question. I don't know. Like, mm, I feel like I'm myself at work, but I'm more of myself on stream. Like at work,
Sure.
I could never, like, I'm a potty mouth in real life, but I could never be that way in front of the kids.
Sure.
But yeah, but as far as like, having fun, always connecting things to music, like I randomly make songs, like that's across the board. Streaming life, work life, it's always about music.
Mm.
Yeah, there's some like cross parallel lives I live with both
Yeah.
at work and streaming. But yeah, I think that's the connection right there, like the music and, you know, goofing around.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you're super creative, like being a musician and being an artist and streaming. What is some of your like creative inspiration?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, well, my musical hero is Prince.
Yes. Love it.
I love Prince. Like I was devastated when he passed away. All because he represented like just being a versatile creator. So like he wrote his own music, he played all these instruments, like he did everything. And I kind of, not in the musician way, but like all of like my artistic expression that I like to express, whether it's through painting, sketching, DJing, all of these things, it's like, you know he embodies that you can do it all and you can, make something wonderful. And that's what I try to do with my streaming. Like I try to marry all the worlds that I'm a part of and share it with, folks on stream as
Yeah.
much as I can.
Yeah. That's amazing. I
Mhm.
love that. So I know, I
Thank
mean,
you.
he's a great inspiration.
Oh,
Like you can't,
love
I
him
don't
to
think you can
death.
top that. And well, especially like he's so prolific, like in terms of just like the amount of music he
Hmm.
produced and made. Like
Oh my God.
it's really cool. It's really, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Who are some of your streaming inspirations or just like what kinds of streams inspire you?
Oh, that's a great question too. My favorite streamer, he's a FGC streamer. His name is Nightmare Effect. He was like the first streamer that I watched and I was just like I have to be here. Like I belong here. He's very welcoming. He plays like in the professional circuit as far as like fighting games, and I love that he's tangible on stream. Like he's not one of those like, well-known streamers that you can't connect with because they're just so overwhelmed in chat. Like he sees you in chat, he offers advice, he's hilarious, and all of those great things. And I love when people take the time out to like connect with the people, their viewers, and just lend a helping hand or give advice or tutorials or anything like that. And he is very much that. So he's definitely one of my inspirations as far as streaming. Another inspiring friend is he goes by the Dark 25 um on stream, and he's like a multi streamer as well. He plays a little bit of everything, and he's literally a friend of mine that I can just call anytime. And like if I'm need troubleshooting, oh, my OBS is not working, what's going on, like I don't know, he's like, calm down, let's just go through the things and stuff like that. And he's just awesome, very chill, laid back as well. And I enjoy like jumping into his streams as well.
Awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's huge having people that like also stream and understand the struggles of like OBS and like stream alerts and all those things, because like what I've found is that so much of how I've learned it is from other people that have like shown me and like taken the time,
Hmm.
And I think it's
Yes.
interesting too, like in this kind of weird Twitch world, like, well, and especially with fighting games and like competitions, like I think it can be super, super competitive, but it can also be this amazing like place for community and like taking care of each other and getting to know each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd never really considered like playing seriously with fighting games until I met a lot of the people I've met on Twitch. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like they inspire me all the time. Like, maybe one day I will make it to Evo. It ain't no time soon. I got a lot of work, but
That's cool though. It's cool to like have that
yeah.
possibility opened up for you. And I think so much of
Yes.
it is like mental in terms of like what we've been told throughout our lives, like we can do or we can't do. So to like to find a space where people are like, no, you can do this. Like that's really beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. Do you ever find that you feel like anxiety or pressure around streaming?
Yes, absolutely. The pressure I feel is again like, the consistency, and um I don't ever want it to feel like a job. I want it to be just something that's just a part of like, my life. I would love in a perfect world to just stream full time, but right now is not that time. But it will, I have faith that at some point it will be that, and it'll be wonderful. But the pressures just come with just trying to juggle time with what I got
Yeah.
going on with my professional life at the moment, and personal life, and kind of like splitting yourself within all these different elements of your day to day. That's just like it just sometimes can be very overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a lot, definitely. Yeah.
Mhm.
What is your relationship to the numbers with streaming in terms of like numbers of viewers or like numbers of followers? Like, what is that like for you?
um I of course, everyone loves viewers and followers. Please come by. But
Yeah, shout out, Queen Dream.
yeah, yeah, right, right. But I would a great friend once told me numbers should not matter. They will come. Um do your thing, perform for one as you would do for 100.
Hmm.
So don't kind of like get caught up in the numbers game. Like I think being your authentic self the right people will pop up in the stream and the right people will come around. So I try not to like stress out over the numbers. It's something that I glance at, but it's like, oh, just to see, just for info.
Yeah,
But definitely, yeah, definitely just let it be. Don't try to stress out too much about it. And then I have this thing where I do reach a milestone, like every 100th follower I receive, I'll do like a random art contest, and basically I give them artwork, like custom artwork of their choice, that I do myself and send it out. So
that's so cool. I love that.
yeah, I love to reward, because I think it's important um to just show your appreciation to the people that take out the time to like come and check you out on your stream, or any platform of such, and support you. I just feel like it's so important to show that you appreciate folks for
Absolutely.
supporting you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. Do you ever get trolls? Do you ever get people that are like being
Oh, in the
mean?
beginning, a lot.
Really?
Not so much now. Yeah, but in the beginning, oh my goodness, it was like a lot. Oh, like, you'll get oh, you suck at this game, or, oh, you're not doing this right. Or I'm like, and I try to be graceful about it as much as I can. Like, I appreciate, you coming by, but this is not bad. I'm not trying to be a pro, but thank you anyway,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Do you ever have to ban people?
Yes. Like, the spam bots and stuff like
Sure. Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you want some more followers? But I haven't seen I haven't seen them in a little while. And like I've been blessed with like people that, moderate the channel, and they on it. Like they're like, oh
Good.
nope, not today, not today. So
Nice.
shout
Yeah.
outs to them.
Yeah, we love a good mod. It's very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important.
We've talked a lot about just kind of your music and creativity and like your work with kids. What other kind of aspects of your identity or your background kind of show up in your streams?
um So I used to be part of a theater company long, long ago, and I guess I tried to like tap back into that part of my life vicariously, like through like my redeems and stuff like that. So like I'll do like my little corny little freestyles and stuff like that, and just thinking on the fly of things. And I love that, because it's like at least I can still live through that. I'm not in the theater company anymore, and maybe one day I'll revisit acting, because a lot of folks that's close to me tell me I should. But definitely, yeah, like things that I kind of don't want to lose touch with, I try to connect with it through streaming. And like maybe even my poetry, maybe one day I'll start doing like an open mic or something like that. I think that'll be pretty cool, and have like people that write, people that, maybe want to sing a song or something like that, like provide that space where we can all just vibe, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
Hmm.
What is kind of your, I don't know, where's the line for you between your like personal self and your like streamer self?
The line. So definitely not trying to reveal like my self, like my body, and like do anything like I would deem as like kind of demeaning. Like I definitely have those boundaries where you're not going to be seeing me twerk and do no outlandish stuff. Nah, this is not that, y'all. Like um and definitely like my romantic relationship, I don't like go too far with that on stream as well. Like everyone knows I'm in a relationship. Well, not everyone, but it's something that I do mention, but that's as far as it goes. Like I don't go into like details about like stuff like that. But yeah, I guess that's where my line is. But
Yeah.
I'm open to like questions and discussions and stuff like that. I try not to make people feel uncomfortable, in which, I respect people's point of view, and I realize that, you're going to come across a lot of people with diverse like point of views, but just always trying to be respectful about it. Like, we can agree to disagree, we can debate and all of that, but just as long as it's not getting like out of line, like, no racist things, no sexist things, no, anything like phobic, I guess, towards
Yeah,
any demographic, race, ethnicity. Like, I try to be respectful of all folks, because, I adore people, like, and I feel like people get my respect no matter what. It's when you are disrespectful, then it's like, okay, then like the cat comes out, like, the claws come out then. But other than
sure.
that, like, I appreciate diversity in all
Yeah.
ways and realms.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard. It's hard
Mhm.
because it's like you said, you want to respect people and understand that we're all
Mhm.
coming from a different worldview and different background, and at the same time, it's really important to protect yourself and protect your space, right? Like,
Absolutely.
do you have any advice
Mhm.
about how to go about that?
um be very clear with folks. If you're going to allow a safe space for people, just know that it let people know that it goes both ways. So it's, yeah, you can express yourself, but you have to allow others to express themselves as well. And just being very clear and direct about your expectations and the things that you will not tolerate, as well as the things that you will allow. I think you just have to be very clear and very direct so people can get it, from the door.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
sense. Talked a
Mhm.
little bit about personal life and the boundaries there. Like, do people in your personal life know about your streaming?
Yes, they do.
What do they think of
Um
it?
uh it's, they think it's cool, and at some point in the beginning it wasn't something, I guess, they respected too much, not like in terms of like disregarding it, but like they saw the commitment and they was like, "Oh, she's really serious about this." So like before, it's like, I'll get phone calls and I'm like, "Oh, I'm streaming." Like, "Oh, but I need to talk to you." This, that, and the third. But now it's like, "Oh, you're streaming? Okay, I'll call back later." Like,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, I think
hmm,
it can be kind of misunderstood. It depends on the person. Like, I have some people that totally get it, and other people that like they support it. They're cool with it, but they don't get it. You know what I mean?
right. Hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Are there any things that, as you've kind of, I don't know, grown as a streamer, are there any things that have surprised you?
The growth, like the
Yeah,
the the speed of the growth, I
yeah,
would say, is surprising. And just the awesome people that I've connected with. I would have never connected with a lot of these awesome folks, including you, Abby. Like, if it wasn't for Twitch, or if it wasn't for like, streaming, like, I would have never known you guys. And
right.
to have that be a vehicle to just meet all these fascinating people, I think it's awesome. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
it is really neat because you have people from all different walks of life and different age groups and different parts of the world. And so like you said, it's like really interesting to find like what it is that connects you to certain people, you know? And with everyone it's a little
Right.
bit different too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, people of chat, people hanging out. In a minute here, we'll take some questions from you all. So if anyone has questions for Queen Dream, let us know in the chat. Um, Dream, do you have any like pre-stream or post-stream rituals that you do?
Um, Coffee. Always gotta have my coffee.
Cheers. Yep.
Um, always gotta have my coffee. Post stream, I just kind of like hang out with a lot of my. I have like a gamer clan that we've been gaming with each other for years. And we'll just like, kind of talk about how the stream went and stuff like that, or we'll just continue gaming and kind of like take our shoes off. So it's like, even though I tell people, it's an open space and be who you are and stream, like sometimes I can like I'm a pirate potty mouth, and I'm trying to actually tone down a little bit with it. But like when I'm off stream, oh, it's insane. Like everything is a F bomb and F this and F that or whatever. But of
Yeah.
course. Mm-hmm.
What is it
But that's my
about
little
that?
post stream ritual.
Yeah. What is it about
Mm-hmm.
that you feel like you need to kind of like tone down? Like where does that come from, I guess?
Because sometimes vulgarities could turn people off, just being wise enough to know that, I don't want people to think like, you know, my like some people have the impression when you curse a lot you're not intelligent.
Sure.
And I'm like it's not that. It's just sometimes I get so passionate that I feel like, sometimes a curse word kind of accents my feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just toning it down just cuz I'm getting older. I feel like it comes with a level of maturity too, like
Sure.
of course I have like a lot of adults, mostly adults, like streaming my stream. I mean, viewing my stream. But like, there's some like minors that kind of slip through the cracks. Like, even though it says recommended 18 and over, there's some folks that's not 18 yet coming through, So just
Mm-hmm.
being mindful of that. And, sometimes we don't ask for the role to be a role model, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you just want to like do better. Just my quest to do better is all.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
really interesting. Like finding yourself. Well, and I do see like a parallel between that and your day job in terms of like recognizing that like you are going to be a role model for some people. And so what do you
Hmm.
do with that responsibility at the end of the day, you know?
Yes.
What do you think
Hmm.
a good role model on Twitch like should look like?
Someone who's welcoming, someone who is their authentic self, and someone who is okay with not being okay, like, and not
Hmm.
being perfect. Like, you're gonna have your technical difficulties, and it is what it is. And rolling with the punches. And of course, in no particular order, but like always respectful. Like, you
Yeah.
you have to be respectful when you're dealing with others. Like, it's just should be embedded in you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Yeah. Team Miller 626 asks, what has been the most challenging part about streaming and what is your favorite part?
Okay, thank you for the question. The challenging part is sometimes choosing what game to play
Sure.
because
Yeah.
my mind is all over the place. So it's like, I know I should be playing this and I should be finishing it. Like, just for an example, right? I need to platinum Resident Evil Village. I have one more task in order to get that done, but I'm still playing Fortnite. I'm still playing other games. Like, so that's definitely a challenge. And my favorite part is connecting with people through the redeems. Like sometimes they just have impeccable timing and it's hilarious to me. So just like having a good time with people in chat, and that's my favorite part. Like
Yeah.
they really go crazy with the karaoke redeem, the freestyle redeem where I have to like make up a jingle on the fly and stuff. It's hilarious, but I love it. I love it all.
That's great. That's great. Well, and with chat, like you kind of mentioned this earlier that like chat kind of like takes on a life of its own. What are your thoughts in terms
Mhm.
of like maintaining a good chat and like I don't know, just like your relationship with chat in general?
Um, I think always definitely tapping in and reminding them that, you're around. Like I said, sometimes when I'm playing like single player games, I get lost in the game, and then sometimes I'll glance over on chat and they're talking about how like what's your favorite ice cream and why this ice cream is opposed to that. And then, I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, I done died a
Like
few
I
times.
like
Let me
ice
just check
cream.
in." Right. Like, I used to be a fan of cookies and cream. Now that I got older, like my palate changed. But yeah, like I like ice cream too. Like, so definitely like, just a lot folks, I think what I love too is like when folks just come around you more and like hang out with you and stream, they already kind of know like the boundaries without saying, like some things are just left unsaid and it's still cool. And they start talking about everything. They may talk about something game related, they may not, and it's always a good time. And sometimes like some interesting discussions come from a simple question as what's your favorite ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's really nice
mhm.
too to like, I don't know, build an environment where chat knows that like sometimes you're gonna be just like into your game and that's okay. And then sometimes you like hop back into
Yes.
talking to them, you know?
Yes, it's a blessing. It's a
Yeah,
blessing.
definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for your younger streamer self?
Ooh, I wish I would have started when I was younger. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I would have started. If I would have started when I was younger, who knows? Like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So, my advice would be um just to again stick with it,
Mm-hmm.
be patient with yourself. You know, and just know that it's a grind. Some things are not going to happen as fast as you like them to, and some things are going to happen way faster than you would even suspect. So just stay aligned with it, like stick with it.
Yeah. What are some
hmm
of the things that have not come as fast as you thought? And then opposite, what are some things that came way faster than you thought?
um so definitely when I reached affiliate, like it was that happened way faster than I thought it would. And, that surprised me. And it kind of like gave me a little confidence to, like I could really do this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. And the things that's not happening as fast, like I want to do, I feel like I've done like little subathons and things like that, but I feel like I want to have a real successful one. So just that's a challenge for me as well. Like just trying to figure out, okay, to not just say you're doing a subathon, but actually do some things where you can feel accomplished. Like, I'll
Mm-hmm.
meet like half of my goal or something like that. So it's like the challenge then becomes, okay, what is it that I could do to reach the goal, like essentially?
Yeah, yeah. Well, then what would a successful subathon look like? What would that be for you?
Just reaching a goal. Like if I set a goal, let's just say like if I set a goal for 100 subs, then reaching that 100 subs would definitely be like a accomplished subathon or something like that. But
Yeah,
it's not everything. And I don't beat myself up about it when I don't reach the goal, because my end all to be all, as long as I have a good time, as long as folks in the stream is having a good time, that to me is what matters most. So
sure. Yeah,
mhm.
totally. That makes sense. I mean, because I think it's realistic. It's realistic to like have this kind of more tangible goal, like subs, for example, while also
Mhm.
keeping yourself grounded and recognizing that like having fun and feeling good about it, that's like the most important thing, right?
Right.
And
Mhm.
that's hard. I think it's hard sometimes because it's like one can affect the other. Like I do think that like sometimes having goals, I think we should have goals, and at the same time it's hard because it's like when I know for me like sometimes when I haven't met them it's like, oh, that makes me feel bad about it. And so it's like I don't know, how do you balance those two things?
Right. Like I try not to beat myself up about it. Because there's other things that come into play, right? Like maybe you haven't reached your goal, and I'm not saying you specifically, but just general, like maybe um the goal wasn't met because maybe we didn't promote enough, or maybe folks weren't really like into like the redeem. So like, kind of like, okay, every 10 subs you do this, or every, and be a little creative about it. One thing about being a streamer, like you want to set yourself apart from others in a good way, to where it's like, okay, you're not looking like 10,000 other streamers and we're seeing the same, the same type of subathon or something like that. So like just trying to be unique, I guess. So, mhm.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, like you've touched on a couple things there where it's like reflecting on like what's within your control and what can you maybe do differently
Mhm.
while also recognizing
Mhm.
like there are certain things that are not in my control, right? Like if people
Right.
can't show up that day, like that's not your fault, right?
Right.
Like so that's something
Mhm.
that like, for me I have to like kind of remind myself of that where it's like it's not always about me and what I failed at or whatever, like
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And then with the uniqueness kind of factor, and I think you've spoken to this a lot, that authenticity thing I think is what makes you unique. Is like when you really are like my favorite streamers are people who are just unabashedly themselves, right? Like this is part of what I love about your
Mhm.
streams is that like you are just you. Like even like talking to you a little bit before the podcast, I was like, oh yep, this is you're just you, and I love that. And I think that like you can tell when people are like playing a character or whatever, and like I don't know, we talk about this a lot on the podcast. Like, we're all going to show up differently in different spaces, and that's normal. Like, we're going to be different at work than on stream because you have to be. But at the same time,
Yes.
like, there is something about finding someone that's like, yep, that you are who you are on stream, and there's something really beautiful and unique about that, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see. Kai Wildcat says, if you don't reach for the stars, you'll never leave the ground. That's cute. I like
Mhm.
that a lot.
Yes.
And then Sayadin asks, is there a new game coming out that you're excited for?
Oh my gosh, yes. So, all right. The first one is the Resident Evil 4 remake. I am super duper 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 excited about that. Can't wait to see what it looks like on the PlayStation 5. Um Street Fighter 6, excited about that. I'm excited about Hogwarts Legacy, but I'm going to kind of like be on the sidelines a little bit because it's not multiplayer and I'm kind of bummed out about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm team Slytherin all the way, so
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. But
Sure.
yeah.
That one's such a tough one for me because I grew up with Harry Potter and loved Harry Potter. And
Mhm.
also, J.K. Rowling is just like so hateful towards trans people. And so it's so hard.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. She's pretty
I didn't
awful.
know that.
Yeah. And like to the point where British Parliament has actually quoted her words when putting into place legislation against trans people.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow, that's
it's
news to me.
yeah, so it's like it's one of those things like yeah, you can you can look it up and it's
I'm
just one of those
gonna
things where
do
it's
some
like
research.
definitely, please do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so but it's so hard because it's like I recognize for myself and for other people that Harry Potter is such a big part of our like upbringing and like our I don't know, outlet in terms of reading and fantasy and all of these things. And at the same time, in my humble opinion, she's an awful person. So like, how do we?
Right.
And this is a forever
Separate.
question.
How do we
Yeah,
separate the art from the artist? You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. And
And
when are we able to do that without necessarily uplifting that person? That's where it's like, I would love to play that game, but also for me, it's like I worry too much about like how much that negatively impacts trans people and also the way in which that would still uplift her in some ways, So it's like it is
right.
such a hard question though that I don't think there's like a perfect answer to how do we separate the art from the artist.
Right. Like, another perfect example of that too is Kanye West. Like,
Yeah.
you can love his artistry as far as like, his musicianship, but like sometimes when he opens his mouth, it's like, dude, like shut up. Like, what are you saying? Like,
Right.
um, and you know, I just think it's one of those things where like people if people loved more instead of focusing on like I don't want to be sound so general and say focus on hate, because I don't think they're necessarily focusing on hate, but they're definitely focusing on negative things that translates to hate. Like, people need to just really focus on love. I don't want to sound like a hippie or anything, but like,
Why not though?
like really, like, people just need to love more.
Mm,
Like, it's just like we would get so much further in humanity if we just learn to lead with love.
yeah,
Like, we can have differences and still love each other at the end of the day. Like, we can, you know, I think mint chocolate chip ice cream is the worst thing on earth, but that doesn't mean I can't love a person that likes mint chocolate chip ice
right,
cream,
right, yeah,
right. Like, why are we so worried about what other people are doing to make themselves happy? As long as they're not hurting someone,
right,
be happy. Like,
right,
be happy for someone being happy. Like,
yeah.
that's it.
Well, and there's a quote from Steven Universe that I really love. Do you watch Steven Universe at all?
I need to start watching
It's
it because
cute.
yes, I didn't start getting into it until after I started playing Multiverse, and I love the
Oh, that
character
makes sense.
Garnet.
Garnet is great.
And oh my
Nerd out
goodness.
for a
And I
second.
love the fact that Estelle voices her. I was like, "Oh my god."
Yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah, so
But there's a quote from that that says, "You don't have to understand it, you just have to respect it." And I love that,
right.
right? Because it's not about, like, at the
Mhm.
end of the day, whether you understand what someone is going through, just respect them at the end of the day. And
Mhm.
so I think that, like, yeah, with what we're talking about in terms of leading with love, I think too, leading with the expectation of, like, you're not going to understand everyone else. And that doesn't
That's a
mean that you
fact.
have a right to, like, not be kind to them, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally. Totally agree. Lead with love. Lead with love. Let's be hippies. Why not?
Yes.
Just do some of this. Oh, that's so funny. I think we have some ice cream debate in chat now happening. Maybe.
Oh, what's going on?
Sayadin says I love pineapple pizza. Yo, me too. Honestly,
Me
like,
three.
okay. So we
Me
all,
three.
anyone that has pineapple hate, listen, that's okay. Just let us enjoy our pineapple ice cream, or not ice cream, pizza. Or pineapple ice cream, whatever. Um,
Right.
let's see. Kai
I just
Wildcat
don't
loves
like
mint chocolate
I
chip.
just don't like ham on
That's
pizza. Like, I
fair.
can do pineapple, like, yes, pepperoni and pineapple, absolutely. Bacon and
Ooh,
pineapple.
okay.
I can't do ham. I don't like the texture of ham on pizza, but
Sure.
I'm with
Yeah.
pineapple.
I love that. I do too, honestly. I'll do like pineapple and mushroom because I don't eat meat. So to me, it's like, oh, we'll just like throw in something else other than ham, you know? But again,
Mhm.
everyone's different. I'm not going to hate someone because they
Right.
eat meat on their pizza. That's okay.
Right.
Um, let's see. So Eden asks, if you could build your ideal viewer, what would they be like in terms of
Ooh.
chat behavior, subs, gifts, support, etc.? This is a great question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
My ideal viewer would be someone who is funny, like their timing as far as being comical is just like on point. I love, like, to laugh, and I love to laugh with people. So definitely someone funny, witty, involved in chat, and just getting people involved, like getting the chat moving. Like, I think that's like the perfect viewer for me. As far as subs is, I mean, if they want to, they want to. If not, it's okay. Like, I just love just the involvement is what's important to me.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the
Hmm.
humor thing for me is huge. It's like if you can kind of read the room of what the stream kind of like environment is, and you can like add to like the jokes and things. Like I love that. That's my
Yes.
favorite. Yeah,
Yes. Hmm.
absolutely. Great questions, chat. Thank you so much. Dream, are there any goals or future projects that you have in mind for your stream?
So my goal is to do a DJ stream. I need to
Yes.
do that.
I
I
want to see
need to
it.
do
I
that.
want to be
I
there.
want to vibe out with y'all. Y'all will see how random because I'm like an open format DJ, so I play all kinds of genre of music.
Yes.
And the way I do it is I make it work. Like we can start off with, I don't know, some house music, and then we'll end up into some 90s rap. Who knows? Like, but like like I, I actually went to a DJ academy and got I'm a certified DJ. So I'm not like a DJ just,
I did
just
not
someone
even
just
know
saying,
that that
"Hey."
existed, by the way. I had no
Yes,
idea.
I graduated from Scratch Academy. Shout outs to Scratch Academy, the
Love
New
it.
York location. Um I've gained some lifelong friends and mentors there, and they're absolutely amazing. Um and yeah, so I would love to do a DJ stream, just vibing out. Of course, I won't be able to post a VOD, but just, if people can just hop in. I want to do it long. So, of course, I want to be mindful of people time. Some people may not be able to stay the whole way or might have to come in later. But I just want to do it to where, folks can hop in, vibe out, and then if they have to go, that's cool. But just as long as you came by to say hi, like that's it.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Kai Wildcat says, "Do you struggle with choosing what to play, considering if your attention will be too divided to play well or engage well?"
As far as like DJing or as far as
I
gaming?
think gaming. Yeah.
Gaming, I do struggle at times what to play because sometimes I'll take a peek at like my analytics on Twitch and notice that a lot of folks will come by if I'm playing like a fighting game, but then when I'm playing like a one player game or something like that, it's like, oh, like it just depends. Like, so some definitely at times it's a struggle, but I've learned though, like, to not let it bother me too much. And because once people start coming by and realizing, oh, it's like a box of chocolates here, like, I might get Street Fighter today, but tomorrow I might get Resident Evil Revelations, or I might get Fortnite, or like,
Yeah. Because I would say you really
yeah.
are a variety streamer. Like you have genres that you like. Like I've noticed that. But like, I feel like you
Hmm.
play all sorts of different stuff.
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
I think that's I mean, I'm kind of like into zodiacs and stuff, but I guess that kind of speaks to me being a Gemini. Like we're all over the place.
Okay. Nice. Do you know your big three? Do you know rising and moon?
Yes. So my rising is Sagittarius,
Okay.
and my moon is also Sagittarius.
Okay.
So I am, yeah,
That
like it's
Gemini
very,
Sagittarius combo. This is the DJ
yeah.
like let's have a party like part of you, I feel like. I can see it. I can see it. For sure. I'm a Cancer Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. So, give you a little context. You
Wow.
know,
My
you
better
know.
half is a Virgo, so I feel
Hey,
like,
see? There it is.
yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Love that. Let's see. Sayadin asks, "What time zone do you play in?"
Oh, Eastern time.
Okay.
I'm on the East Coast. I'm from New York. Yep.
Nice. Great. That's good to keep in mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap up here. With that, we'll do kind of this like tradition that we have. So we're gonna end it with
Okay.
10 final questions. So just like a quick kind of, whatever pops to your mind first. So this is a questionnaire inspired by James Lipton, Bernard Pivot, and CJ the X. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah? All right. Queen
Mhm.
Dream Bad Gal 01. What game or activity do you love to stream the most?
Horror.
What game or activity do you hate to stream the most?
Oh, racing.
Hmm. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Intellect.
Hmm. What turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Closed mindedness.
Yeah. Which streamer would you like to meet most in real life?
Abby.
Me. Me. It's always me. It's so funny. This question, I'm like, I'm going to have to change this question. No, I love it. I would love to meet you.
I'm gonna pull up with a saxophone and
do
we're
it.
just gonna vibe up.
Come to
Vibe up.
Colorado. I'll come to New York. We'll make it happen.
Yes.
What's something you would like to try on stream but never have?
Ooh. Um, live painting.
Oh, I like that. What's
Hmm.
something you would never want to do on stream?
Be naked.
There, yeah. All right. Why do you go live?
I go live because it's it it's my escape. And when I escape from the hardships of my reality, I come to stream and I'm instantly in a great and better mood.
Yeah. All right. Follow-up question. Why do you really go live?
I really go live because I would hope to make this a career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Final question. You're on your deathbed. You know exactly how much time you have left. You have any and all resources that you need available to you. Your viewer count doesn't matter. Commercial viability doesn't matter. None of that matters. What do you do
Hmm.
for your final stream on Earth?
My final stream on Earth is I let everybody know that has been a part of the journey that I appreciate them, and I will hope someone will I will be able to pass the torch to someone to just like keep the community together.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice.
Yeah,
Queen Dream, this has
yeah.
been so nice. It's so
Yes,
nice to
I
get you know
love
you.
this. Yes,
I
thank you
just,
so much for having
oh my
me.
God, my pleasure. I just loved, like, I reached out to you and, like, no hesitation. You're like, yep, let me know. Like, I'm here. So thank you.
Let's do
And I
it.
really do love your streams. I think you're so fun. If people are not already following Queen Dream Bad Gal, do it. Do it right now. Let me make sure I spell the things correctly and do the stuff. But for real, guys, she's so fun. She's so awesome. You all just met her. I don't need to sell her more, do I? Maybe.
Oh, thank
Of course. And
you.
then here are all of her links as well. So if you want to follow her on let's see, on Twitch and on Insta and on Twitter and on YouTube, do it. Do all the things. Yay. Well, with
Yay.
that, I would love to pass this on to someone in your community. We can raid somebody that you know. Is there anyone live right now that you want to pass the
Ooh,
love to?
let's see.
While you do that,
Um, let's go to the Dark 25. He's
perfect.
playing Dead Space.
Okay, great. Love it. So I'm gonna post a raid message in here to chat. So chat, you can copy paste this. We want to let them know that Queen Dream sent us. Okay. Just give me a
Yay.
second here, and then I think I might be following them already. The Dark 25. Let me see, because I know you've mentioned them a few times before, but I gotta double check. Because if not, shame on me. Is it just the Dark 25? It's not like
Yep,
any.
the
Okay.
Dark 25.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I am following him. Great.
Yay.
Let's do it. Chat, thank you again for being here. Thanks for asking awesome
Thank you guys
questions.
so much. I
Um,
appreciate y'all.
what a good time. And Dream, thank you again for just being awesome. And I just, yeah, it's just so nice to talk to you. Really, really.
Yes, yes. Thank
All
you.
right.
You're awesome.
Oh, you. No, you hang up
We're gonna do
first.
this all day.
I know, right?
You,
I was going to say, I could
you.
talk to you for hours. If you want to watch more of these things, you can search for Why We Go Live on all the different social medias. And if you know someone that would be a great guest for Why We Go Live, you can send an email to whywegolive@gmail.com. It's whywegolive@gmail.com. All right, love you guys. Say hi to Dark 25 for us, and we'll see you. We got another episode in a couple weeks, okay? All right, love you. Bye. See you. Bye. All right, the raid has started.